Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to try to make Riken great again by using the new FAQ'd Riken in trying to come up with a list that maximizes his new ability of only saving one ship per turn. And to do that, I'm going to try to use MC-30 torpedo frigates. So I'm actually going to add four. I had bought four of these a long time ago for the turbo laser reroute circuits, and I don't have that many opportunities to use all four of them. But I think this is actually a pretty good way to do it. And my general strategy here is I'm going to fly them in pairs, two in the front and then two in the rear. And that when I line them up to be at close range of an enemy ship that's capable of destroying them, I'll be first player, and so I'll get the first shot, fly one away. The one that I leave behind will be the one that I use Riken for to save him. And then the same thing next turn, so that's why I'll want to fly them in pairs, and I think that's really the strength of the new Riken. So each of these guys, I want them to have some guaranteed crits, so I'm going to give every one of them assault proton torpedoes, and I'm going to give every one of them ordnance experts to help me have a much better chance of getting that black crit. So ordnance experts, and in a build like this, I will even potentially re-roll hits if I need to get that black crit. A lot of people don't do that, but you have a pretty good. There's two crit sides on the black die, so I will usually re-roll all of my dice if I don't have the crit, even if there's some hits. Now that gives me 288. I was going to add a CR90A with Riken, also with Jaina's Light, so that we can make sure that we're keeping him far away and also able to shoot and not have to worry about obstruction. But that's putting me awfully close to the point cap, and I want to have 6 activations here to kind of give myself the best options to move, a pair in late and then another one out. Now I could just add 2 GR75s here, and that puts me right at 400. But the problem here is now I have no squadrons, and I kind of want to have at least some. But then also I have 400 points, so how am I going to be first player? And I really need to be first player with a build like this. So I'm going to drop one of the GR75s, and I'm going to drop the CR90A, and I'm going to downgrade it to a CR90B. The CR90B, since I'm not using TRCs or anything like that, and this is like the new lifeboat, although it will come in to shoot. I'm just going to keep it kind of farther in the back for now, and potentially as an objective ship or something like that. This gives me enough to put a few squadrons in there. So let me drop, just for starters, let me do 2 Z95s. Now I can make this guy have CommsNet so he can hand out some tokens, and now I have a little bit of options. This puts me at 391 points, which is definitely enough to be first player, at least in my meta. I could go up to like 393 or so, but I usually don't like to go 394 or higher if I really, really want to be first player. So the weakness here is that I only have 2 squadrons. They're not going to last too long, but maybe they'll slow somebody down. And the good thing is my ships are fast enough that by the time they slow some squadrons down, I'll be long gone. So that's maybe all I need is the two Z95s. I could fit another one, but then that would put me up to 398, and then I'm not guaranteed to be first player. Even if I drop CommsNet, 396 is still a little too close for comfort. So I'm going to bring it back down to 2. But if you're depending on what people run in your area, you may need to go higher or lower. You could just drop CommsNet and be down to 389 if you want, or you could go even lower than that if you wanted to. And if you wanted to go lower than that, maybe drop 1 Z95, or maybe drop an assault proton torpedo off of one of your MC30s. You can even make one of them drop both of these, so have it just rely on its natural rolls. If you if you have a very aggressive meta where people compete very fiercely for first player. So these are things you have to consider. Now, this is the list that I've got so far. I have 6 activations, which is a pretty strong number of activations. A little weak on the squadrons, and so I won't have a terribly strong deployment advantage. I'm going to only be able to delay 1 deployment with squadrons. So that's something to think about. So as far as objectives, I may want to go with one of the ones that lets me set up last. And also I've got Solar Corona and Superior Positions. Both of these are potentially pretty good. I'm going to go with Superior Positions, though, because I think I'll be able to score some rear hits on enemy ships with Superior Positions. I think I'll be able to do that. So now for the red one, there's a couple of good options here. I have a lot of ships, so opening salvo is always a really good choice. But I think in this case, So advanced gunnery could potentially work with something like this, but I actually think most wanted is going to be the best bet because you do have a cheap GR75. I can just make that my most wanted ship, and then I can go for their largest ship. And this is a build that's definitely designed to go after their largest ship with these 4 torpedo frigates. For my yellow objective, there's none that I'm really that crazy about. Jamming barrier might be kind of fun if I want to keep them away from me at the keep away the long range shots. But I also really like planetary ion cannon. That one is very fun, especially if I'm going to be first. Well, I'm not going to be first player. See, the problem is hopefully they don't pick any of these because I would rather be first player, and so I'm not going to be able to shoot and be first player because these are only if I'm second player. So I think in this one I could potentially go with something like capture the VIP actually. I think capture the VIP is going to be the best option here because I can always just take one of these small ships and fly it away, and we'll hopefully end up with something like that. And if I do end up second player, I have to try to keep everything in front of their ships, but just far enough away that they can, shoot and then come in, and then I'll be able to activate last and then hit them with everything I've got. But it'll be tough being second player with a list like this. But it could still work. Riken could allow, a delayed activation ship to die and still be able to shoot. So you just got to hope that they don't exploit it and kill every ship in one turn. So that's the list, guys. Let me know what you think, if you would change up the objectives or what you think the new best way to maximize Riken is. Do you think it's just with one huge ship, or do you think it's like this new strategy of flying in pairs? And how much damage is that going to do to my strategy if somebody comes in with an amazing initiative bid and I end up being second player? So let me know what you think, guys. And as always, make sure you are subscribed and click the little bell for alerts so you can find out when I'm giving away, when a contest winner is announced and whenever I put up new content. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me a comment and let me know what you would do differently or how you feel about the new Riken changes. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.